we come to about 60 million sterling pound, which is around $100 million only for 2009. When I said the number 30 million fraud cost the economy in the United Kingdom 30 million, I didn't mean only what's been stolen as a money through fraud transactions, but I meant how much the government and the banks and the other government agencies spend money to prevent the fraud in the United Kingdom. But it is, I would say, it is a daily war basically. I was reading about one of the companies, the security companies, where they monitor online banking for one of the banks, and they were saying that on a daily basis they will get around 50,000 new malware, which is a piece of software sent to a personal computer, the person's computer, and will sit in there, and it's sensitive to the keystrokes. So whenever you type something on your keyboard, that software, piece of software, which is called malware, it just sends it and send the information directly to someone who sits overseas. So that's why, I mean, the crime is not really, or the fraud is not really something related to a country. If we are to do something to do with Europe and the United Kingdom, we will be very secure, because I can buy anything from any company online using my credit card or any bank or entry in Europe, but I will really be cautious if I'm going to buy something from a company based in China or somewhere in Africa, where you will be you might be exposing your computer, your personal computer, to something like malware, which is going to be sent to you if you open an attachment, if you open a website, and you're not going to be aware of it. It will sit in your computer and will just basically read whatever you're going to type. So that will make it easier for any fraudsters to just get your PIN number or password for your online banking, and then they can access the bank and do whatever they want with it. And this is basically one of the things which is very, I would say it's like a daily war between the banks and the criminals, and mainly between the banks and the criminals from overseas. So if you are sitting in Saudi Arabia, that means you are not really fully protected because you are sitting in Saudi Arabia. No, I mean, if you use your computer to access any websites or open any or receive emails from abroad or open any attachments to your emails, you might be a victim of a malware installed, and that will copy all all the passwords or any things you will type on computer to access your online banking, and then all the informations will be available to the criminals, and they can access your online banks.
Of course. I mean, although it is a known fact, but hearing it over and over gives you a chill. You feel like, oh my God, if I open my computer today, I'm running such risk.
Indeed. Well, I would like to just comment on your guest from London. He rightly said so when he talked about Barclays Bank, that customers are also responsible. Most of the complaints and most of the fraud cases that's been spotted in Saudi Arabia was partly from the, I won't say negligence, neglecting, the customer, their PIN number, or what have you, but the over-trusted people. Sometimes they give their own personal cards to someone else who's not really authorized to use such card, like the driver of the house, like the housemaid, or what have you. Although we're not accusing anyone from this, this program, but again, when you give your personal password and your personal card to someone who's not authorized to use it, this is where the fraud rates, the fraud would come to the point. Also, one has to be careful, as he mentioned, because of this new viruses, that you can, from this malware, you can read, like a remote control that can censor. When you punch the key of the ATM, it can read really what sort of numbers are you pushing or you crunching. So this is where in one of our messages we have advised our customer not to use their credit card, not to exercise or execute any banking operation from public places where there is a shared computers or networking, because you never know, a virus could be there or a virus from distance that could pick up or using in that regard, hotels or apartments, not being classed as 5-star or 7-star. They can use if it's a low quality, if you will, hotels or chains or whatever. They can monitor your code. They can monitor your number. They can hearing you when you execute your banking transaction, and they can download through using whatever equipment, all your personal data, all your personal information, or whatever you're doing, and they can access, unfortunately, your account through having the password and having all the information.
Right. Having talked about these examples of crimes or possible threats, and previously, Dr. Al-Angari, you have mentioned also money laundering as also linked to such crimes. Can you tell us a little bit more in some further details about how money laundering is part of this group of cyber crimes, and again, what measures are taken in order to warn people against that, take whatever precautionary measures, in particular with regards to money laundering?
Money laundering is not just some of the people they think that it's just for the drug trafficking. No, it's drug trafficking, it's human trafficking, it's the money is coming from the gambling, from corruption, talking about the from prostitute, from this is all these, what we actually mean by saying money laundering. That's the other the people that are hiding or conceal its origin. It's from where it's coming, the money. Is it it's legal or illegal? You see, this is what they call by money laundering. What they are doing, they are transfer all the money to any country that got a weak financial system, and then they buy real estate, or buy property, cars, the car dealers or whatever. So they are shifting. I mean, they are changing its origin, and from illegal to a legal one, And this is what they are doing now. And then when they are taking the money, when it's now legal, and then they withdraw the money, you see. So it's now it's legal money, and instead before it was a dirty money. Now it's a good money. So
fine. So what are banks or authorities, for example, here in Saudi Arabia, are doing in order to fight money laundering?
In Saudi Arabia, actually, they are implementing the 40 recommendation of FATF, which is Financial Action Task Force, plus the 9 recommendation, that's financing the terrorism. So I think these recommendations, I'll just give you an example of one of the recommendations, that establishment of permanent anti-money laundering committee represented by different security services and governmental agencies interested in analyzing issues related to money laundering. Establishment of anti-money laundering units at Saudi Arabian Monetary Agency, which is SAMA. They have it, our central bank, and in various governmental departments. So that the banking system not to be utilized in executing money laundering activities and reporting of a suspicious transaction of money laundering to relevant authorities. Actually, it's issuance of anti-money laundering law in Saudi Arabia, and this is another. And this is one of the recommendations that's been adopted by FATF. and it's and the other one, this law, it's actually drafted in August 2003. So and then it's a lot of recommendation, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia actually all the time it's a good, it has actually a good financial system. Why? Because we have our central bank is supervising and controlling our local banks. I mean, if we look to now, we don't have this much, problems with the economic crisis in the whole world. We've been affected, but it's just slightly. It's not that much. The reason why, because in the United States, for example, the people, they are, you are coming to the bank and they'll give you the loans. They don't ask about anything if you have